To the index tonight, raw nerves across central Italy. 4 strong earthquakes hitting the region within several hours, all 4 of magnitude 5.1 or greater. Families huddling in shelters, the same area devastated last year by deadly quakes, claiming 300 lives. Tremors felt today in Rome, no reports of injuries. Back here at home tonight, the gas explosion in Spearman, Texas. Firefighters say a natural gas line erupted in flames, the fire burning for 13 hours. 1 family was evacuated. Part of Highway 207 was temporarily shut down. No injuries reported tonight. The teenager defending the woman accused of kidnapping her at birth. Gloria Williams appearing in court in Jacksonville, Florida today. Raising that baby girl as her own for 18 years, Alexis Manigo defending that woman that she still calls mom to our Eva Pilgrim.
You could have it your way. What would you like to see happen?
I understand what she did was wrong, but just don't lock her up and throw away the key. Like, everything she did was just awful. She loved me for 18 years. She cared for me for 18 years.
Alexis has been reunited with her biological parents, but she does hope she can see Williams soon.
Senza pensarci troppo, siamo andati a tirare fuori dalla camera a causa delle pietre cadute con molta fatica.
Ma oggi serve la speranza. E per questo ho voluto prendere le vostre parole.
Breaking news, an avalanche bearing a mountain hotel in Italy. The search for survivors is on right now, and ABC's Lama Hassan has all the latest details for us from London. Lama.
And good morning to you, Robin. Yeah, a harrowing rescue effort is underway right now after 4 powerful earthquakes hit central Italy on Wednesday, unleashing an avalanche. Rescuers reporting they received a text overnight saying, quote, "Help, help, we are dying of cold." And this morning, those rescuers desperately searching for survivors saying they're calling out, but no one is answering.
This morning, the first images of the destructive avalanche, the sheer force of it pushing snow through the windows of the 4-star Rigopiano Hotel, shattering glass and blocking rooms, stopping rescuers from going in. This man, one of at least 2 survivors saved this morning. Authorities saying at least 30 people are still missing, with reports of several dead. They reached the place and saved 2 people. The chief of Italian Civil Protection says now they're working to bring other means of transportation. They're checking the conditions that are prohibitive, even for technical rescue. Alpine rescue teams rushing to the scene, reaching the hotel by helicopter and on foot, after initially being blocked by fallen trees and heavy snow overnight. The popular ski resort located about 30 miles from the coastal city of Pescara. A series of strong earthquakes hit the region on Wednesday, including one with a 5.7 magnitude.
Well, with many feared still trapped under all of that snow, it's a race against time to reach them. Teams with vital rescue equipment are at this hour still trying to reach the scene. Robin?
All right, Lama, thank you. And of course, we'll stay on top of the story.
It's such a desperate situation. Yeah.
Rescuers battle in the darkness to reach a mountain hotel in central Italy, buried by an avalanche. With roads blocked, many traveled on skis, carving a path through the snow, only to find most of the 4-story Rigopiano Hotel submerged under snow and debris.
I want to say that we are all holding our breath for what has happened last night with the avalanche that struck the Rigopiano Hotel. We are holding our breath as we wait to see developments on the dramatic effects that avalanche has probably had. We saw the videos of rescuers reaching the hotel. These videos bear testimony to the sense of duty of the rescuers, but also to the very hard conditions they are operating in.
Emergency workers shoveled, looking for those believed to be trapped inside. The fear is that at least 30 people may have died. The rescue operation has been hampered by up to 5 meters of snow, which has fallen on the Gran Sasso mountain range in central Abruzzo in recent days. The avalanche hit the hotel after a series of strong earthquakes rattled the region in recent days. This part of central Italy is still recovering from a deadly earthquake in August, which killed hundreds and left thousands homeless. Christine Pirovolakis, TRT World.
Sabina Castelfranco joins us now. She's been following the rescue work from the Italian city of Penne. Sabina, what's the latest in the rescue operation?
Well, the rescue operation had to be suspended at 2 o'clock this morning due to fear of possible further avalanches. At the moment, there is some movement here at the coordination center of some of the vehicles of the emergency services, but we are expecting that a helicopter will arrive in the area just behind me to pick up sniffer dogs in approximately an hour. These will be taken up to the area where the avalanche occurred, and the search and rescue operation is going to resume then. The fear, of course, is that nobody is left alive. It's been too long now. In any case, efforts will be made to try at least to retrieve the bodies that were trapped inside following the avalanche. There are 2 survivors. One of them was a man who had gone out to his car to pick up some medicine for his wife and was outside of the hotel building when the avalanche occurred. Another one was a maintenance man who happened to be in an area of the hotel that was cement, and so managed to come out. Those were the only 2 survivors for the time being, and as you said, only 3 bodies have been retrieved so far.
Sabina, and how are Italians reacting to the news? This is just the latest disaster after a string of earthquakes and other crises to hit Italy.
Absolutely, and certainly here, people are very jittery in this area and across central Italy. Italy has been suffering from a series of aftershocks. We're talking thousands since the big quake that struck on August 24th in the area of Amatrice that left 300 people dead. And of course, there are other people that are still trapped in their homes in nearby hamlets in this area following the 4 quakes that hit this area 2 days ago. There are people that are still living in their homes, that they are trapped without electricity and without the possibility of communicating with the outside world.
Many thanks for speaking to us. Sabina Castelfranco joining us live from Penne.
U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration concert was a snoozer. The band Three Doors Down was the main act at the Make America Great Again Welcome Celebration concert. Toby Keith, the Piano Guys, and Lee Greenwood joined them. This is a complete disaster compared to President Barack Obama's inauguration concert. He had Josh Groban, Mary J. Blige, Sheryl Crow, Bruce Springsteen, and Stevie Wonder play for him. The best-sounding band of the night was the U.S. Army Band.
No Trump! No KKK, no fascists! No Trump! No KKK, no fascists, USA! No Trump! No KKK, no fascists, USA! No Trump! No KKK, no fascists, USA! Push forward. Push forward. Move back! Stay back!
basically got his support by lying to people who felt they were disenfranchised, by dividing people on the basis of religion, on the basis of sexuality, on the basis of, you know, man, woman. He's all the terrible things. He's nothing. He's a clown. He shouldn't be president, basically.
Open pits of fashion. Flood the streets, don't let them rule. I don't like the mother. Oh, you got a new president. He won't be there long, homie. Trump won't be there long. The people's got something to say. Sit down. Sit down. That's it. Everybody stay back. Relax. Everybody step back. Everybody step back. Bruh.
Whether it's renegotiating trade deals or burning executive orders, Donald Trump said he's going to do a lot on day one.
So it's going to be a very busy first day.
Of course, Trump says a lot of things, but if we're going to go off his most recent commitments, here are a few specific actions we might expect. First, on immigration. One of Trump's most recent promises is to direct the Department of Labor to investigate visa program abuses. Trump's also promised to make some changes in energy and trade by loosening regulations on coal and shale, along with pulling out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership and renegotiating NAFTA. Similar to what President Obama did on his first day, Trump says he will be implementing ethics reforms. Front and center in these reforms is a 5-year ban on executive officials becoming lobbyists after leaving the government and a proposal for congressional term limits. He's also promised to create a rule where for every one regulation that gets created, 2 more must be eliminated, though just how long a rule like that would last is questionable. Throughout his campaign, Trump made a lot more promises for day one. Among those,
a Trump administration is going to suspend immigration from terror-prone regions of the world.
Cancel every unconstitutional executive action.
Cancel all federal funding to sanctuary cities. We will also cancel billions in global warming payments to the United Nations. We are going to label China a currency manipulator. We are going to have extreme vetting. Remember,
Female Turkish legislators come to blows after a lawmaker protests against constitutional reforms that would expand President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's powers. Aylin Nazliaka had handcuffed herself to a microphone at the podium, refusing to end her protest even after the parliament twice went into recess. A brawl broke out after one lawmaker proceeded to unscrew the microphone Nazliaka had attached herself to. 2 female lawmakers have been hospitalized due to injuries. President Erdogan has said the constitutional reforms would enable Turkey to deal with the increasing threats it is faced with. The opponents accuse Erdogan of authoritarian tendencies and believe that the reforms would give unchecked powers to the presidential office. The parliament is expected to make a final decision about the proposed reforms on Friday or Saturday.
A baby comes into this world unlike any other baby born before him. New Scientist reports that a 5-month-old baby is the first to be born from a technique that combines the DNA of 3 people. And according to doctors at the New Hope Fertility Hospital in New York, he appears to be healthy. The technique is called mitochondrial transfer. Mitochondria are tiny power stations in every cell of the body, and they're only passed from mother to child. In the case of this 5-month-old baby, about a quarter of his mother's mitochondria had a disease-causing mutation. So Dr. John Zhang and his team took the nucleus from one of her eggs, inserted it into a healthy donor's egg that had the nucleus removed, fertilized the egg with her husband's sperm, then implanted the embryo into the mother. The technique is controversial. The team traveled to Mexico to perform it because, as Dr. Zhang put it, there are no rules. But he said, quote, "To save lives is the ethical thing to do." For Newsbeat Social, I'm Molly Reel.
Almost 2/3 of the primate species on Earth are extremely close to extinction, and most of them got that way because of humans either killing them or killing their habitats. The researchers who discovered this are asking the public to make it a priority to save primate species. They wrote, "Primate conservation is not yet a lost cause. We have one last opportunity to greatly reduce or even eliminate the human threats to primates and their habitats."
The future is looking very grim for some of our fellow primates. According to a new study, more than half of Earth's non-human primate species, including monkeys, lemurs, and apes, are facing the threat of extinction, and about 3/4 of primates have declining populations. The shrinking numbers have researchers concerned. As one of the study's authors put it, this truly is the 11th hour for many of these creatures. Habitat loss, the illegal pet trade, hunting, and climate change are just some causes behind the decline, and those threats have one thing in common: humans. An author of the study says unless conservation becomes a global priority, many of the world's primate species will disappear in the next 25 years. The researchers say Brazil, Indonesia, Madagascar, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo currently host 2/3 of all species of primates. They say conservation efforts in these areas could stop or even reverse the global primate extinction trend.
A cracking ice shelf encourages Britain to move its Antarctic research station about 14 miles inland. It will be the first time the Halley VI research station is relocated since its completion in 2012. The station is used to gather information on space weather, climate change, and atmospheric phenomena. Each of the facility's 8 modules will be towed out of harm's way over the next 3 years, giving scientists enough time to complete ongoing research at the existing site. In 2013, the British Antarctic Survey discovered a growing chasm in East Antarctica's floating 150-meter thick Brunt ice shelf that had previously been dormant for 35 years. The crack is about 4.3 miles inland from the station. If it continues to crack, it would put the station at risk of being severed off from the rest of the ice shelf. Scientists have been conducting research on the same ice shelf since 1956. It's where the Antarctic ozone hole was discovered in 1985. For Newsbeat Social, I'm Molly Reel.
Hundreds of LGBTQ activists partied hard outside of Vice President-elect Mike Pence's home Wednesday night. Pence was at a dinner across town, but that didn't stop them from dancing all night. The organizers protested policies that they deem are anti-gay. The party lasted for several hours while police kept the crowd at a minimal distance from the house.
Toxic air pollution forces London Mayor Sadiq Khan to declare a public health emergency in the city. It's expected to last through Saturday, January 21st. Moderate air pollution levels could hit more than half the capital city's 32 boroughs, with the worst of it affecting central London. Public health officials are advising people to stay inside and avoid strenuous activity if they experience irritation, particularly if they have heart or lung problems. London has a long history of poor air quality. The worst pollution event ever to hit the city was in December 1952, when a thick layer of smog enveloped London for days. At least 4,000 people died during what's now known as the Great Smog. Regarding this week's pollution, Mayor Khan says the city will, quote, continue to use all the technology at its disposal to inform Londoners about levels of air pollution in their neighborhoods. For Newsbeat Social, I'm Molly Reel.
Park City is expecting a bunch of snow and below freezing temperatures, just in time for both the Sundance Film Festival and the planned Women's March on Maine. The first few days of Sundance are expected to be around 11 degrees Fahrenheit. The cold weather and snow are to be expected in Park City, and it shouldn't interfere with the Women's March on Maine. The march will be led by Chelsea Handler as a sister march to the rally taking place in Washington, D.C., the day after Donald Trump is allegedly inaugurated. Although there is a 50% chance of snow, no accumulation is expected.
We are still unable to reach hundreds and hundreds of thousands. It is positive that this current cessation of hostilities is saving lives in many areas. However, fighting has been tremendous in other areas, and thousands of new families have been displaced, including in the Wadi Barada Valley close to Damascus. And in terms of humanitarian access, the cessation of hostilities period has been a disappointment